Welcome back, guys, to another episode of What the X. It's been a little bit since we had our last What the X. I appreciate all you guys. We're getting into the 50s. I'm learning and evolving. I got the little studio set up here. We got a pretty fun one tonight, guys. We're going over the Cracker Barrel controversy. This is what it is posted on X on trending, and it's Cracker Barrel's logo overhaul fuels fan backlash. So on August 20th, 2025, Cracker Barrel unveiled its first major logo redesign in 48 years, shifting from the iconic image of an elderly man by a barrel to a sleek, text only design. CEO Julie Fels Massino defended the change as a strategic move to modernize the brand and attract younger diners amid declining sales, while preserving elements like rocking chairs and biscuits. However, the overhaul has triggered fierce online backlash, with social media users labeling it a wake erasure of nostalgia, leading to calls for boycotts and widespread criticism from influential accounts. This story is a summary of posts on X and may evolve over time. Grok can make many mistakes. Verify its outputs. So really interesting how much generation all this hate has gotten from Cracker Barrel's design. A little context, me and my family've always gone out to Cracker Barrel quite a bit growing up. So for them to switch lanes like this, to me is kind of well. Let's just go over some of these other people on X and see what they had to say, because this tweet from Woke War Room says Cracker Barrel's new logo isn't an accident. It's CEO Julie Fels Massino's project. She scrapped a beloved American aesthetic and replaced it with sterile, soulless branding. Massino kept a DEI regime that promises to identify, recruit, and advance hires by race, and now faces civil rights complaints from at America First Legal to the EEOC and the Tennessee AG. She should resign and be replaced with leadership that will restore Cracker Barrel's tradition. And then there's some images. We have the image of Julie Fels Massino, the CEO, behind the decision. We got an LGBTQ plus alliance mission statement, it appears, for Cracker Barrel. Nothing inherently wrong with that, I would say. And then you have the Cracker Barrel design. This is where I have issue. This is where I take issue here. Is why remove the Cracker Barrel guy? It's just like, if he was any other race, would this be okay? Would this fly? To me, it's silly to remove a well-known mascot and then change the image of the entire establishment. But to move forward, oh man, let's see. We got the here's another one. This one's by End Wokeness. And he said Cracker Barrel CEO Julie Massino should face charges for this crime against humanity. A little hyperbole. I mean, I don't think she deserves any legal action against her for this, but it's gonna hurt the company for sure. But you see, like, the first image on the left is like real rustic, the old traditional way of doing it. I feel like with the things scattered across the wall, not so organized. And then on the right, you have the very clean, modern, sleek, maybe even say minimalistic, because you're saving a lot of that wall space for emptiness, bareness. And I think that the lighter colors too is for a modern spin. And I totally do think that it was a wrong pivot. And I think that it just kind of is like, guys, the real issue isn't your branding. You're not losing sales because of branding. It has to do with two factors that I believe. The first factor is just the economy, people being squeezed for everything they have with all the different taxes and other things that make it hard. Groceries, tons of stuff, gas, rent, mortgage. There's so many things people have to pay for, right? So they can't always afford to go to Cracker Barrel. And then you have other options out there too now. And then like the door dashing and everything like that's really going to probably squeeze you guys out too. But the one thing is like, guys, if you just focused more on the quality of your food and the quality of your service, you wouldn't have to give a damn about any stupid rebranding. You already have a recognizable name. It's like getting rid of Ronald McDonald just because. Are we going to be against clowns now? Because underneath all the makeup is a white guy. So are we going after, if we're going to lean into this, guys, I say we cancel Ronald McDonald. Ron, you're gone. That's what I would say. Ron, you're gone. Who's with me? McDonald's cancel. McDonald's cancel Ronald. But let's continue, because even Donald Trump Jr., President Jr. over here, he says, what WTF is wrong with at Cracker Barrel? And then he's just reposting what Woke War Room said, that we had seen. So people in high places, it would seem, are upset about this too. And then Cat Turd, another one of those troll right-wing accounts on X, said, what did this guy ever do to anyone? And then it's the picture of the Cracker Barrel guy. Just a nice dude smiling. It's like, is he even white? Because technically he's the color of the logo. So he's really like a root beer brown, right? And then let me see if I have any other good tweets here. I think that's everything that I had for Cracker Barrel. It's just an interesting story. Oh, here's one. This is the last one, guys. It's from Jack Poso. The person who made the original Cracker Barrel logo versus the person who removed it. And then it's like, it kind of, even in a way, he kind of looks a little similar to the CEO. I'm like kind of seeing a resemblance. I'm like, what if they changed him? What if they changed him? Who? Julie Fels Massino. It's eerie. But damn. So that guy just made that design. He's like, oh man, something to live on forever. Do you ever think about this when they change things? Do they ever think about the original creators' like legacy being destroyed because they have to modernize for people that aren't even gonna? Oh, they like had a board meeting and thought to themselves that people act like this. They go, oh my god, you know what? I all of a sudden want to go to Cracker Barrel because they did a redesign. You got some guys? No, the board they are like beyond idiotic for pivoting to this, moving into this direction. They should have known the heat they were gonna get. Real easy solution, guys. Like I said, try to train your employees as best you can. Put more money when you make investments, you put money in to get money back. And if you can hire and train the best people out there, and no hating on Cracker Barrel service or anything. Last time I had Cracker Barrel, I rather enjoyed it. So I'm not here to dog on Cracker Barrel, but I am here to say that these improvements they're making are just like band-aids over real wounds. The wound is bad service and high prices, just in general. Me personally, I can't really attest to this. I've had pretty good experiences at Cracker Barrel. But for a lot of people, and I went on the Cracker Barrel site too, and it looked like there was a lot of complaints about people's food, about people's service. Obviously, the people that are upset are usually the most vocal. So who knows how much the service is really good. But those are things that they should focus on rather than superficial BS. And what I hate to be cliche, like all the right-wing influencers are out there. I guess I kind of lean towards that direction. I try to be centrist. I try to think about the idiocy on both sides, because there is. And, honestly, just quit with the wokeism. That's it. Just stop. Just do better. Have better service. Don't. Because I feel like inclusivity almost makes exclusivity. And it's like, oh, we have to include these people, but those are people that we're trying to include. And it's like, so the people that aren't being sought after, they're excluded then, and that's the majority, I guess you could say. But it's like, man, if you're American, like, can't we just all be brothers and sisters in this, like, for real? So I just don't really care for the DEI and all this stuff, because there's so many hardworking people of color, that are hardworking and have done the real work, and their achievements shouldn't be diminished from some idiot racist spouting off about DEI, because it shouldn't even exist in the first place, because that person was qualified enough to get that position in the first place. That's all I'm saying, okay? The best job for the best person, I think that's a real thing that is happening, but the DEI rhetoric makes it to where these people's voices are not seen as much. So I think that's kind of problematic too, don't you? But thanks for hearing me rant, guys. I always do appreciate you. Both sides, have flaws. Even ourselves have flaws. Get out of our echo chambers. Try to see things from everyone's perspective when you can. Be a good listener, first and foremost. So I'm just trying to listen. So please engage in the comments. Let me know what you think. I really do appreciate the engagement. Thank you guys so much for watching. And then if you wanted to prove me right and give me trust, like I'm going to start saying, free Snowden. Thank you. And what the X? If you like that clip, feel free to click on this clip or even this clip. And then, hey, don't forget about that clip over here. Thanks, guys.